you were supposed to get midpoint of all the class intervals, and then also calculate the midpoint times the frequency. Yes. Okay. Hope everyone did that. If you didn't do that, look at a friend who did it. Make sure you get that information. We are going to use that. Alright. I'm not going to draw the whole table again. Is that okay? Yes. You guys can still follow along in your tables? Right. So, now we can estimate mean.
Kan klein jullie alsjeblieft kantoor toe kom?
Ja, juffrouw. Onze zakje nog.
Okay, so we call it an estimate because it is going based on the midpoint. So if we look at our first, let's look at this one. So we've got 3 kids that had between 76 and 80. What we are estimating is that every single one of them got 78. That is what we're doing by using the midpoint in our frequency calculation. What could be the truth could be we have one at 76, one at 80, and we have one at 77. Right? So these, you get your average there, 78. So we'll get the average here. Someone calculate that for me real quick. What is the average between these 3 numbers? Have you got it? The average between those 3 numbers? We just add them together, divide by 3. Alright? 77.66666. So, right? So, these are very close, right? Which is why we can use our middle number. But they are not exact, which is why we're saying we estimate our mean. So if you're going from a table, from a graph, to calculating mean using that midpoint times frequency thing, that mean is going to be estimated, always. Right. Does that make sense why? And everyone's following along what I'm saying? Cool. Okay, so calculating our estimated mean. At the top, we've got our sum of midpoint. Good morning. Please sit down and take out your book. And at the bottom, we have the sum of all our frequencies. Okay. And what this is going to give us is our mean. So if you go on your little table now, you will have a midpoint times frequency column. At the bottom of that column, sum all of those together and write that down. Write down that number, our total for our midpoint times frequency column. If you're not exactly sure what I meant, please do ask me so I can clarify. Yes. I can clarify, okay. So you had your table. So we want this total of there. So that is your sum. Okay. So this means sum, right? Just so everyone is on the same page. sign means sum, which just means add them all together. So if you go to your table, there's a column that has a heading midpoint times frequency. At the bottom of that, I want you to add them all together, and that's going to give you this value, sum of midpoint times frequency. Maybe I should add some brackets to it. Okay, then you want to divide that by the sum of your frequencies. So you go to your frequency column and you add them all together. You have two tokens. You want to double check your desk? Okay. So now we've got that number is going to be our sum of midpoint times frequency, right? This is our midpoint times frequency. And then I should divide that by this. We add all the two together and divide. Well done. Okay, I'm just writing down what those numbers are going to be, just so everyone can check that they've got the right numbers. This is what your midpoint frequency column should look like. If you've got something else, double check how you got it. If you have an argument and you think yours, you know how you got yours, you're welcome to tell me the answers and see if you can explain it away. But I hope these are right. Okay. So our total down here. Okay. Now. Yes. This. Okay. So we've got 1 and 2. Okay, 22. Okay. Can everyone get that 22? You know how to get it? Come on, 5. Oh, very important. Okay. Now, do we think that is reasonable? Do we think that number explains well what's happening here? How can we assess if that number is accurate? Right? We can do the math all again, or we can think a bit about what the data looks like. So, our 85.5 estimated mean. That's going to be here, right? Okay, so we can check it with a few ways. 1, it's looking to be more or less in the middle. 2, it is within our data set, right? Imagine what a mess it would be if you found out, oh, my mean is 50. Obviously something went wrong, right? So then we do our calculations again, because we can't have a mean that's outside of our data range. And so now we've got our estimated mean. So we've got the average of what these kids got. Bunch of smiley hands. Very fun. Okay, let's see. We did get our modes, our modal classes, right? Wrote that down. Okay. Now, how do we find our median? Anyone think they have a plan for that? We're looking for our middle data point of a sorted set. So, what have we got? Have we got a sorted set? Is our data sorted small to large? Yeah, okay. But our data is also grouped, right? So, if we're looking for a point, we have to look inside our group. So, can someone read me those frequencies again?
1, 0, 2, 3, 6, 1, 6, 3.
Thank you so much. Okay. So I want you don't have to rewrite this, but work on your table. Okay. So, now we're going to look from both sides. We've got 22 data points. Immediately, you should be thinking, oh, even, which means I'm going to be between two data points, right? Even means there's not a middle data point. It's between the two. Okay, so there's going to be 11 points on one side and 11 on the other. And then we've got a little center median. So what we can do now, we can go, okay, 3 plus 6, at this point we're at 9, now we're at 10. So our 11th data point is going to be inside there. No? Did I lose you guys? Okay. It's fine. We're gonna. Okay. So, sum of frequencies. We're adding them together as we go. 1, 1, 3. You guys get how it. Lines are very bad. Okay. So we went. This is actually what's called cumulative sum. So cumulative means following after one another. So we keep adding them together as we go. It's like picking up, and you get more and more and more. Okay. So we started with 1, then we added 0. We got 1. Then we added 1 plus 2, we got 3. Then we said 3 plus 3, 6.
9.
6 plus 6, 12. Okay. 13. 19. Okay. So, you did it right if that number is the same that you got for your sum of frequencies. Which makes sense. You've now gone and picked all of them up. Okay. Now, we want to look for our center number. So our center number is going to be between number 11 and number 12. Right? We've got 22 in total. 1, then right in there, between number 11 and number 12. Yes. Maybe. Okay. Everyone kind of getting where that's coming from? So, if we were to look for our 11th data point, right? So the 11th kid, if I had all of these kids standing in a line, we're looking for our 11th kid. In what class, where would he be standing? In which one of these blocks? That is the question that we want to ask. Anyone want to venture a guess? Yes. 81 to 85, that's this one. Yeah? Yes, it would. Okay. So we are in this first one. Now, I know I can see a bunch of you guys are just looking at me. Make sure you write down on your page in a way that you can understand how to do this yourself. Okay. So how you understand that, that's up to you. But you have to understand that we found person 11 and person 12 inside of that frequency group. That means our median, is in interval class. We said 81 to 85, right? Okay. Making sense? Okay. Does anyone have a way they understand it that could maybe help your peers understand? Maybe you understand it slightly differently than I just explained, and maybe you have a way you can explain it to them. Please do feel free. Also, if you're still confused, please ask. That is why we are here. I'm not just here to put stuff on the board for you to write it down, because you can actually understand what. Okay. So, we've now found person 12. We know he's in our 81 to 85 range. And, yes. Yes. So we first divide it in half, and if it divides nicely, that means our median is between two people, because we don't have a median person. We have two people standing next to each other, and the median is somewhere in between. Okay. If we had 21 people, our median person would be number 11. Going like that again. Okay. So, we found our median in that interval, and we can then also estimate their mark using the midpoint. We can, the same way we estimated everyone got, remember this estimate was everyone in that class got that mark. So we can then look at our median and say both person 11 and person 12 are in this class. So I'm going to assume both of them have 83. So this is person 11 and person 12, and these values are our midpoints. Please do take notes, because I'm going to draw a table for you guys on the board, and then I would very much like it if you could attempt to do this whole process. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to create our own table, we're going to fill it in, and we'll see how it goes. If it goes well, it goes well. If everyone is lost, we will figure it out together again. Okay. Do you have a question? Are you good? Okay. Let me see if I can find a table for us. Alright. Can I erase all of this off the board? If you are unsure and you don't want me to erase it, if anything like that happens, so if I'm erasing something you don't want erased, you should please shout, or at least loudly tell me to pause. Or would you guys, which one would you like? Would you like to go from a graph to a table? Or would you like to go from a table to a graph? Okay, who says table to a graph? Raise your hand. Who said graph to table? Okay, I think that wins. I'm going to have to go graph again. Okay. Okay, please draw with me as I'm going. Okay. You guys are chatting. I really hope you have already drawn your graph. And if you're chatting about math, then that's also okay as long as you draw while you chat. Sorry, as you can see, it is very messy to draw without a ruler, which is why I'm going to give you the numbers that they're supposed to be at the top. So that is at 5, this is at 11, this is at 22, or at least I'm trying to get it there. Okay. That number, 24. Okay, so here's what I want you guys, sorry, am I standing in front of us? Can you guys see? Okay, if you can't see, also let me know. Okay. So that is your challenge for today. So I want you to get started. I will walk around and have a look and be there to answer any questions you may have. But I want you to work on this now in class, and what you cannot complete in class, I want you to complete at home, and then hopefully tomorrow we can go through it and make sure everyone understands that. Right. So please jump in. Any instructions, numbers, or what you feel this question is unclear, so you can start your class intervals with this one. Okay. 60 to 70. Yes. Very good question. So, how you can actually write that? Sorry, shouldn't have clarified. The best way to write that would be larger than 60, smaller than 70, and then you include, just say X there, but that's for our interval. So you're basically saying we end at 70, or you can write 60 to 69. Okay. What's very important here when you do your intervals is you don't want a number to be a 2. And hopefully that makes sense. Why? Because otherwise you might be doubling data. Then you get 70 on one day, and then you say, okay, it's in this one and in that one, and then your data is no longer accurate. Because 120 will then be the start of the next one. Okay. So sometime in the next 2 weeks, my lecturer is going to come. She's just going to sit in the back of the class. I want you guys to not be scared of her. She's not here to mark you. She's here to mark me. So you don't have to worry about it all. You don't have to become quiet, become louder. Just be yourself as you've been for the last few days. Okay. also welcome to ask a friend for help if you can see they know what they're doing and you're a bit too shy to ask me for help.
Sorry.